at the point in the show where it's the most exciting part of the show, at least in my estimation, provided Steve doesn't get it right in 2 guesses, as he has completely taken the fun out of this for me the last couple of weeks. It is time for Tasker's Teammate, which is now proudly sponsored by Wegmans To-Go Meals. Wegmans Meals To Go, I should say. Delicious meals delivered. Download their app today. So thanks to Wegmans for supporting this portion of the program. Tasker's Teammate. And this is edition number 10. And I am going to be as cryptic and vague with these clues as possible because Steve is guessing his former teammates way too early.
Come on now.
So here is clue number 1. I was born in Miami, Florida, and I am just a month younger than Steve. So that doesn't give you a whole lot, obviously. But you know it's somebody right in your age range.
Born in South Florida. Butch Roll.
It is not Butch Roll. That's not a bad guess, though. He still lives in South Florida. Clue number 2.
John Fina.
It's not John Fina. Clue number 2. I was a teammate of Steve's for 6 seasons, all with the Bills. I really love our music, Ben.
Mark Maddox.
It is not Mark Maddox.
I don't think
Not a bad guess, though.
He wasn't born in South Florida either.
Clue number 3. I played major college football in what was then the Big 8 Conference, which is a conference you knew well growing up in western Kansas. So, talking the old Big 8 Conference here. Oh, no, he thinks he has it. Is he going to get it in 3 clues or less again? You're going to impress me, Steve, if you get this, because I'm not giving you a lot here. I am not giving you a lot.
The Big 8. The Big 8.
That's right.
6 seasons with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're going to pass. All right. Finally, we're on to clue 4 for the first time in like 5 weeks.
Gosh.
Okay. An interesting fact about my career is the only 2 quarterbacks I had as teammates are now in the Hall of Fame. You know one of them is Jim Kelly.
Shane Conlon.
It is not Shane Conlon.
He's a Pennsylvania guy, sure. But he went to St. Louis, and I thought maybe he played with
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so clue.
Who's the St. Louis quarterback? I'm trying.
Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner, yeah.
Clue number 5. I not only went to a pair of Super Bowls with the Bills, I also won a national championship in college. Now that should help you narrow down the Big 8 Conference clue. Man, Steve is working hard this week. I love this.
Oklahoma guy. Oklahoma State did. Who came out of Oklahoma? Oh! Hold on.
We're feeding data to him piecemeal.
You're like.
I'm not giving you a lot.
Yeah, you should have just told me the guy was a male. You know, I mean, it's like nothing.
I'm trying to milk it here a little bit. You're getting him in like a minute and a half the last few weeks.
Okay.
They will. The clues will get easier
right,
after
the Big 8. I'm thinking he went to Oklahoma. It could have been. Texas was never in the Big 8. I don't think. No. And so it's got to be Oklahoma National Championship. I don't know. I'm trying to struggle.
And he's the same age as you.
Same age as me. So that means he came out in 84. 85. Had to be here when I got here and stuck around.
This is a tough one. We finally got one that's got Steve really thinking here. The wheels are turning.
It's got to be. I didn't know what side of the ball he played.
Well, that'll be the next clue if you want it.
That'll be
the next clue. So you tell me if you want that or not.
John Davis.
It is not John Davis. So here's clue number 6,
he
okay?
wasn't born in South Florida either.
A defensive player for the Bills. I had 1 fumble recovery and 1 interception in my 6 seasons. Now put all those clues together. And
Carlton Bailey.
it is not Carlton Bailey. Clue number 7, I was a supplemental draft pick of the Bills in 1984, but did not get to the Bills until 1986.
See, that's the same time Jim Kelly got there.
So what does that mean?
Ray Bentley.
It is not Ray Bentley. Okay, prior to my 6 NFL seasons, I also played 2 seasons in the USFL where I did not play for the team that drafted me in that league.
Oh, jeez.
You may want to go back to the Hall of Fame quarterbacks that this guy played with, and that may narrow down the USFL team for you.
Well, he didn't. No, this wasn't. No, Warren Moon was a West Coast guy. I'm thinking this guy's got on the Bills, right? So I only. Okay, so
We've really got Steve going now.
Hall of Fame.
He had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks as teammates.
Had to play with Marino.
One in the USFL and one in the NFL.
Oh.
Obviously, that USFL quarterback also played in the NFL after that.
Got to be Steve Young. I don't know who did that. Who went to? I have no idea.
All right, so we go again. Prior to my 6 NFL seasons, I just did that. Here we go. My jersey number is equal to almost half of Steve's jersey number. So your jersey number is 89. What's about half of that?
It's got to be low 40s. Oh, no.
So it's it's either number 44
Derek
or
Holmes.
number 45.
Derek Holmes.
It's not Derek Holmes.
44, 45. I don't know.
Okay, next clue. My first and last name are a total of 2 syllables. One syllable first name, 1 syllable last name.
And he's had an interception and a fumble recovery. He's always a defender.
And his number is 44 or 45.
Oh, Dwight Drane.
Boom. There you go, Steve. Well done.
Drane. Yeah, you're right.
Oklahoma played for the LA Express in the USFL, and we've got Dwight on the horn right now. Sorry to keep you waiting, Dwight.
Oh, come on, Steve.
I know, right?
I'm the guy who played with you, right? On the team,
right?
The kickoff team that was number 1.
4 straight years.
In the league for several years. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, my gosh. See, here's the problem. I was nailing these, so he was kind of mad at me.
I made him really hard this week.
Yeah, he made him hard, man. So what school in the Big Ten or Big 8 did you play for? Oklahoma?
That was Oklahoma, the only team in the Big 8.
See, I tell you this, Dwight, I did not know you. I did not even know you played in the USFL. I didn't remember that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Because Jim and I used to tease each other all the time because he played for the Houston Gamblers. I played for the LA Express.
Right. So it was Steve Young, right? Steve Young in the LA Express.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
Dwight, were you in that game where Kelly and Young were throwing it all over the yard? It was like that 50-something to 50-something game. Did you play in that game?
Absolutely.
What is because Jim Kelly tells us all the time, every time he sees Steve Young, that's the first thing they talk about every time, that game. What do you remember about that game and how wild it was? It mustn't have been much fun to be a defensive player in that game.
Oh, no. Chasing those little receivers all around the field all day, it was crazy. But the one thing I did remember, Jim broke my finger.
On a pass?
He threw a ball, and I went to try to intercept it, and it broke my finger.
That finger that you're showing us, that deformed finger is from Jim Kelly like 35 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Jim Kelly. That's right.
That is hilarious.
That's a heck of a
remember
souvenir.
that, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But that was like an unbelievable game. I think each of those guys had 6 touchdown passes. It was at the Coliseum, right, that game?
It was at the Coliseum.
Yeah. How did you get to Buffalo? What give us the couple of steps that brought you to Buffalo when the USFL went away? How'd that work?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, it was the supplemental draft. Buffalo drafted me, and but I still played, another year. I actually played 2 more years with the USFL, and I knew eventually I was going to go to the NFL. I knew that, And so after the league kind of folded, then got the call, and I ended up in Buffalo.
Now,
In fact, you came the same year. You came a little bit,
Yeah.
I think a little bit later. Yeah.
I came like in November of that first year in '86, and you were already there.
It was already there.
Yeah. See, and I could
Absolutely.
tell when I got there, you were. See, that's why I probably didn't remember you the USFL thing, because I remember you. I felt to me from a new guy coming in, I thought you were established. You had been there for like. I thought you'd been there for like 4 years because you know.
Kind of felt like that, didn't it?
Well, yeah, because you were established. You were on the field. Everybody knew you, and you were, they'd talked about you playing before. And
Well, yeah, he was already a 3-year pro.
right,
by
you were a
the time he
3-year
got here.
pro by the time I got there. And how did that work? You were a 3-year pro, and we're the same age.
Yeah, because I came out of college around the same year. I was born in '62.
Right, me too.
Yeah, you were '62 as well.
Yeah.
And
So how'd you
course,
get the NFL in like '83?
Well,
it was
USFL.
86. Got
Well,
the
I mean
NFL in
the
86.
USFL though. You came out of what year did you come out of OU?
That was '83, but I played in the 84 and '85 season with the USFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a 5th year, went back to Northwestern.
Oh, well, there's your answer.
And
You're the
was
guy
it.
that-
Yeah, I was the one that was late to the party. Yeah.
So you were late.
Yeah, I was late to the party. Yeah, Dwight, you look great, man. That's awesome to see it, and it's fantastic to talk with you. And I apologize for taking so long to guess who you were.
It's funny, Dwight, because we've had some other clues that we gave out in previous editions, and he's actually guessed you. So it's not like you weren't top of mind for Steve, because he's used
did.
your name as guesses in previous
That's
weeks
I did see
with
that.
clues that we've given.
That's
it was
right.
wrong
Yeah,
in those
he-
weeks,
Yeah, he
but
buried it.
Right.
He buried my name after that.
They'll never go back. They'll figure they'll never go back to it, right?
but listen, Dwight,
You know
we
what,
thank you
Steve, I
for.
want to say this to you, man. I want to say congratulations with the Hall of Fame nomination.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well,
And,
Steve doesn't
I
like
wanna
to
say
talk
this-
about that, Dwight, but as
Yeah,
you can
I
imagine.
know, but I want to say that, man, you deserve it.
well, I appreciate it. It's nice.
I hope they make that move and put you in.
Well, it's easy to be good when you got good teammates. You know that. So it was a lot of fun while it lasted, but let's not lose any sleep over it.
Yeah.
See, this is what you get from him when you bring it up
Yeah, I
every
know,
single
all the
time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Dwight, listen, we thank you for taking the time to join us on the show. We hope you had fun with this, because we love making it hard on Steve and making him squirm a little bit. So thanks for being a part of that. We appreciate it, and good luck to you down the line here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me. Hey, you look great, Steve.
I was
Appreciate
just-
it, man.
Appreciate you, Dwight. Thanks, man. Take care.
That's
All right,
Dwight
you too,
Drane
Al.
joining us here on Tasker's Teammate, the
He said
10th
that.
edition.
How good does he look?
He looks fantastic.
He looks fantastic.
I mean, outside of a little touch of gray
He looks
on the
like,
fro there, he looks like he
a
could suit up.
commercial- He looks like a commercial star, like he could like sell soap or
He
something.
looks like he could.
right? The guy looks like a male model.
You're ready to throw him in the shower.
He looks like a male model. That guy.
Oh, that was good, Steve. All right, so that's the 10th edition of Tasker's
How did I get
Teammate,
in
brought
this?
to
How
you
did
by
I get-
Wegmans. Wegmans Meals to Go, delicious meals delivered. Download their app today.
What happened to me?
You stopped cutting your
Drane-
hair.
Dro-
You haven't cut
Dwight-
your hair in 8 months, Steve.
Dwight Drane
What the hell is going on here?
He looks fantastic, and here I sit, looking like a gargoyle.
Yeah, he must be working
Oh, my
too hard.
gosh.
Must
Ah,
be
good
working
for
too hard.
him.
All right, we got to take a break, but when we return, we will close up this Friday edition of the show. One Bills Live, presented by Kaleida Health. This is Buffalo Bills Radio.